First things first, why should you build a creator army? All the biggest apps and brands do this, but is it really that valuable? The short answer is yes. The long answer is by building a creative army, you're going to have unlimited content and you basically are putting as many shots on target as you can to go viral or to get a winning ad. There's two numbers we should look at here. For paid ads, it's called a hit rate. Usually it's somewhere around 1 in 10, 1 in 15 videos is going to be a winning ad. For organic content from a really good creator that's posting every day on a brand new account for your brand, usually they'll go viral maybe once in 30 or once in 45 videos. Again, results can differ here. You can have hit rates that's 1 in 5, or you can have viral videos that are every video, depending on the account and the creator. But overall, these are the numbers you need to aim for. Now we have a baseline understanding of how many videos until we get successful videos out of our creators. So the simple math here is if something is working and it's only costing you $1,000, but it's making you $5,000 for those 15 or those 30 videos, then you should just scale that as much as you possibly can. So now you need to find more creators. If you're someone that's not a growth person and you've never worked with creators before, this step can be confusing, but it's actually really easy. What you need to do, number one, is start a community. This community can be on either Discord or WAP. Me personally, I use both depending on what use case I'm working with. I also use my own app, Artec, which is how I easily manage and scale creator campaigns for apps. So whatever you use whatever easiest for you. The idea here is you have a place to actually put creators in, and you want to incentivize the few creators that you get in at the beginning to add more creators back into your program. A lot of ways that different apps will do this is they'll actually pay a referral to any creator that brings on a creator. So if someone brings in a creator that's actually making videos for you, they get paid an extra $50. This way, instead of you or your team manually trying to source all these creators yourself, you go right to the source creators because they all have creator friends, and you empower them to bring on good creators onto your team. If you want help talking about payment structures, how to best incentivize creators at this large scale, let me know. I'm happy to talk on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. But that's the first thing you need to do. Build out a easy, manageable creator community on Discord, WAP, or Artec. And now let's talk about what actually needs to be in those communities. First things first, you want to have some set of rules. This way creators can join and understand what they're allowed to do or not, or what payment they can potentially make in that community. The next thing is you want to have some sort of weekly call schedule. When you're starting out, you can do 1 call a week or 2 calls a week. And then you also should probably have one-on-one calls with some of your creators as well, if you don't have a growth person to do this for you. Ultimately, my strategy, what's worked best for me, is to actually go get a top-down creator strategy where I'm working with really, really good creators that actually don't need a lot of feedback from me personally. My job is to incentivize them as the brand. Just like you incentivize creators to add new creators to your group, you can incentivize creators with performance so that they are willing to go above and beyond, do their own content review, and get results without you having to really get into the weeds and manage. Me personally, I found it extremely draining to try to teach all these creators content every single day. I'd rather just go look at whatever creators are killing for other brands and incentivize them to do the same for me. I do have a creator training program called Content Economy where we have trained over 1,000 creators to make good content, and I'll just look in that community and see what creators are doing well week by week, and then handpick the best creators and invite them to our own community to create for Artec. Depending on your goal, you can use these creators for organic content where they're making brand new accounts for your brand, posting every single day. There are some like FTC rules with this, but as long as it says creating for Artec or whatever the name of your app is, or product in the bio, it should be totally fine, because they just have to disclose that it is an ad in some form. If they're doing TikTok shop or products or whatever, there'll be the little orange icon for checking out on shop in the bottom left of the video, so it doesn't matter for that. Paid ads right now is the best way to scale. I'm an organic guy. I've always believed in organic, but paid is so good. If you're willing to spend, you can outspend your competitors and you're going to grow. But the trick is to have those hit videos that are really, really good, where you're optimizing and forcing creators to make better content. With paid, sometimes it's not enough to just incentivize creators to be really good. You actually do have to bring in a creative strategist to make better content with them. The best places to get creators, in my experience, is through personal brand or through hiring creators on X or Instagram or TikTok and just manually doing search. But after a certain point, if you have a good referral program, you shouldn't have to do that much work yourself anymore. Remember, creators are short form native typically, which means that's where you will find them. And again, anyone can do this. Just message the creator and say, hey, I'd like for you to work on my app. Me personally, I will do some sort of bonus payment structure. If you want this specific structure, DM me. It's also what we use for our app Artec, so that creators are very incentivized to post a lot and to scale. Where most people go wrong is they try to bring in a short form content strategist or creative director to manage creators, but they're not willing to pay them the right amount of money for this. This is actually a very expensive job. If someone is good at growth, then they will most likely go launch their own apps and do growth themselves. You can't pay these people $5K a month and expect amazing results, because if they are amazing, they will leave. What you can do instead is take your creators or your good creators and try to train them up to get them to a management level. This is the best place to find a creative director, someone that's already familiar with your company, your product, the angles that work, and then just try to get them to manage other creators under them. Truly good growth people are not going to do growth for someone unless they have incredible incentives once again. The best growth people I know that aren't running their own companies get hired to go work at companies that have raised hundreds of millions of dollars. And they get paid literally $1 million a year salaries, basically, or at least total comp packages. So this means the best way to win is to build this creative team yourself, incentivize them the right way and be willing to compensate them while you scale, and ultimately win on quantity and hit rate. Growing a company takes cash, it takes money. If you're not willing to spend, this is not going to work for you. Okay, so understand that. I have a private group of founders that are scaling their companies to 6 to 7 figures per month. If you feel like that's you and you could benefit from working with a group of thousands of trained creators, please message me on Instagram at Owen Nurmanen. This is what I've done full time for the past few years. I also have built Artec, which is a place for you to do it yourself. And Artec is essentially a managed marketplace where you can go in, say what your needs are for creators, and Artec will go actually hire those creators for you and build out this creator team on a really good payment structure. I hope this video helped you. Again, anyone can do this. Be willing to take risk, be willing to scale, and also be willing to lose money, and it'll probably work out for you, as long as your product is like decently good. I'll see you guys later. Bye.